the ends. And if you have a unit in one of these ends of the Y, you've got like a 180-degree view, if not more, of the skyline. The curve of the radius of the building is such that you'd never see any of your neighbors as well, so it's very well. The top has a circular penthouse. It's a restaurant. And the base of the building, you can see it's about 4 feet high, or 4 stories high. It's a parking garage. And on top of the parking garage is one of the city's first roof gardens. If you look just to the left of the tower, you can see those very large trees. Those are planted on top of the parking garage, and it's a really wonderful oasis. I've been up there. And you're not even aware that you have a 6-lane freeway, Lakeshore Drive, running next to you. So this is Lakeshore Drive in front of us here. Very large bridge. This is one of the biggest over the Chicago River. It's known as the Franklin Delano Roosevelt Memorial Bridge. It was built in the mid-1930s. It was one of the FDR administration's WPA projects. So it was built along with projects like the Hoover Dam, Golden Gate Bridge. A very popular place to live. Some very expensive condos being built, good quality buildings like the one on the right. These two towers here, Riverview 1 and 2, built in 2004 by DeStefano Architects. Most of the base of the building is a parking garage, but you would never know because the architects cleverly covered the entire parking garage with townhomes here. So disguises the ugly garage, and it gives them some very high value units here. These are 5-level townhomes, and they each have an elevator in them. Roof garden, you can see, with some considerable planting on some, and an entrance right from the Riverwalk up the stairs. Now, the Riverwalk over here is much more sort of paved or urban than on the other side. The Centennial Fountain is here on our right, part of the Riverwalk. This 1989 built fountain is designed by Dirk Lohan. Built to commemorate the 100th of these hotels that have very considerable facilities.
Say hi.
Stuff in this building, on the 4th floor, there's a ballroom that's the size of a football field. It holds 5,000 people. So that big party you've always wanted to give, they can handle you no problem in there. Now next we have the NBC Tower on your right, beyond the bridge. It has those strong vertical bands of stone and then black glass. This is the work of Adrian Smith from Skidmore, Owings & Merrill from 1989. So if you went to New York, you'd see a building that this was based on. If you've ever been to Rockefeller Center in New York and seen the RCA building, this was consciously designed to sort of not mimic it, but pay homage to it. Shorter building here that has this green glass coming out. This is the Bleacher Center. It is the Graduate School of Business for the University of Chicago, built in 1993. The work of architect Dirk Lohan. Now, the University of Chicago's main campus is located about 7 miles south of us in the Hyde Park neighborhood. It's a very prestigious university in terms of Nobel Prize winners and many other things. They've had over 90 Nobel Prize winners, a lot of those in the field of economics. Now, after we pass the building with the Fidelity sign, you'll see beyond it the Tribune Tower from 1825. There's the Tribune Tower coming into your view. Exuberant Gothic cathedral-like design at the top and bottom, and Art Deco in the middle. Hood Howell's New York architects won an international competition that the Tribune Company sponsored in the 20s. They had about 250 architects from around the world that sent in designs, and they selected this one. You can walk around the base of the Tribune Tower, and there's about 150 little stones from monuments around the world that are set into the facade and labeled. Stone from the Great Pyramid, the Great Wall of China, the Taj Mahal. Here's the Wrigley Building, landmark clock tower that's patterned after the Giraldi Cathedral Tower in Seville, Spain. A Spanish Renaissance style to the building, built in 1924. We'll talk more about this building when we return at the end of the tour. So here we have the Trump International Hotel and Tower, 92 stories, second tallest building in the city by Adrian Smith, Skimmerlines and Merrill. He designed the building to fit very well into the skyline. As you look up, you see where it gets narrower. Those are called setbacks. They occur at heights that relate to the heights of adjacent buildings. So it's sort of like a puzzle piece designed to fit into that spot here on the skyline. There's retail down here that's not been rented yet. It's a parking garage up to the word Trump. And then above his name, it's a hotel, and then the condo part is the skating area at the top. Now we have this black glass and steel building coming up. It's the AMA Plaza. It was built in 1971. Originally, the IBM company was the main tenant. So Mies van der Rohe's philosophy of design was less is more. And so this building is a simple glass box. Those vertical lines are just steel beams that are welded to the outside. Very simple decoration. So the next building, if this building is about steel, this next building is about concrete. And it's by one of Mies van der Rohe's students. So we have coming up next Marina City from 1967 by Bertram Goldberg. He loved concrete and he hated right angles. So this building sort of is a result of that. These are sometimes called the corn cobs of Chicago because of their shape. So we have two apartment buildings that were built as part of this. Beyond, there's an office building, now it's a hotel that was included, a theater building, and then all these shops. He called it a city within a city. And it was the first ever redevelopment project that combined this live-work play idea all on one site. It was the 60s when this was built, and it was meant to be kind of a beacon to attract young people back to live in this cool building in downtown Chicago. And it worked in a lot of ways. River North was sort of a red light district, a seedy area. When that building was built, it sort of helped turn that area around. Here we have the American Bar Association Tower on your right with the green glass, another SNR building from 1987. This was originally built by the Quaker Oats Company as their headquarters. And at one time, we could look into that glass on the lower floor and we'd see the largest box of Quaker Oats in the world. I don't know where that ended up. So here we have a really handsome brick building. This was a warehouse when it was built. 1914, George Nimmons was the architect. Today, this is known as the Reed Murdoch Center. Its office is a restaurant down here below. So he was a Prairie School architect. The most famous Prairie School architect was Frank Lloyd Wright, and they believed in embodying the Midwestern landscape in their buildings in some way. And here you see at the top of the brick, here's terracotta ornament panel features here in North LaSalle by Picard Chilton from 2009. Two green roofs. Uses water from the river as part of its air conditioning system instead of a cooling tower, and there's lots of locally sourced materials. Now, Chicago has more sustainable buildings in it than any other city in the country. And there's a system that measures that called LEED, L-E-E-D, Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. It's a point system architects use to certify the following best practices. You walk into a building that's LEED certified and they have a plaque. The first level is LEED certified and there's gold platinum for the best. Now here we've got a huge building. This is the Merchandise Mart from 1930. When this building was completed, it became the biggest building in the world as far as square footage. It was a warehouse for Marshall Field department store, designed by Graham Anderson, Coast and White. So Art Deco style, light limestone, vertical lines. You see the windows set back to create those sort of grooves. Ornament on the ground floor, simple geometric shapes like chevrons and diamonds. So those are all characteristics of Art Deco style. You see many Art Deco buildings in Chicago. Probably the most famous Art Deco building in the world would be the Empire State Building in New York. Here we have a piece of land that's sticking out into the river here. This is called Wolf Point. And this is where in the early 1800s people started to settle in numbers to start to create a community here. And this is where they decided to call this place Chicago. It came from a Native American word, Chicago, and it one of three things: skunk, smelly onion, or strong. No one's quite certain. Today there's a lot of construction going on. That green glass building behind us was just completed. That's a condo. This building with the parabolic arch under construction, office building. That building over there is under construction. That is an office building as well. So this is the place to build right now. Another office building on our right from 1983. Very elegant building. Architects designing the structure very much to fit its site. 333 West Wacker from Cope Henderson and Fox. They just simply curved this office building to reinforce the